When I first heard about this movie, I'll say this: I wasn't like, "Oh my god, best movie of the year," this and that, blah blah blah. But I saw the actors that were in it. You know, like Paul Rudd and that one guy who makes those shorts on Netflix, like maybe you should leave, or whatever. That one guy. But like, from the trailer and everything, it seemed like it was gonna be like a, like the kind of movie that you expect from the trailers, if that makes sense. Basically, a friend who was hanging out with them, they didn't like hanging out with him, so they kicked him out. That's kind of what the movie was about. And honestly, that's what it is. But this movie was such a weird experience. It really was. Like, it was funny. Don't get me wrong. It was actually pretty funny. Like, there was a lot of scenes where I was laughing, cracking up at because they make a lot of goofy and funny jokes. But there was also a lot of scenes that were so hard to watch because the main character, he made so many weird decisions. I'm like, bro, please stop. Like, oh my goodness, Jesus Christ. But in that same sense, there was a lot of scenes that were, like I said, pretty funny. Like, spoilers here. There's one scene where he's trying drugs for the first time because everything is going downhill, this and that. And so, he's gonna try Toad, the drug, the Toad. And it's basically a drug that you lick it and all the stuff, like the sweat, I think, from the Toad, makes you hallucinate or whatever, this and that. And I thought, oh, it's gonna be one of those crazy hallucinations that they have in every single movie with like blurry screens, music, colors, all this random bullshit. No, they. It's funny. It's funny how they built up this scene, and all that happened is he ended up a Subway. Like he dead ass ended up a Subway, and it was like a what the fuck? Like I wasn't sure if that was real or not or what was happening, but he dead ass just was in Subway. He ordered a sandwich, and he woke up as they were making their sandwich, so he never even got to eat it. So that was the entire trip he had from the drugs, and it was like it was pretty funny because it just throws you off so hard. And there's a lot of scenes like that where like like they do some funny shit or whatever. It's like awkward or it's just weird, and they do a good job with that. They do, but like I said, there's also a lot of scenes that are super cringy. Like a scene that made me cringe so hard. Again, spoilers, is whenever what's it called? He's like at the first time hanging out with the entire friend group or whatever, this and that, and he messes up. Like he messes up pretty badly, and he kind of ruins the vibe. That's as far as I'm gonna say. And instead of like apologizing, like, hey man, I apologize. Hey man, I fucked up. It is what it is. He apologizes, but he goes in the worst way possible, where he puts a bar of soap in his mouth, and he's like, and like it's like, oh, it's like, and he says that I'm sorry, baby is sorry, in like a baby voice, and it was like, oh, you're a grown ass man, motherfucker. That's fucking awkward. What the fuck? And so like, I was gonna say I get this movie and I get the main character because I relate, but I don't. I honestly don't. Like, yeah, I'm awkward and I'm weird and I hate talking to other human beings, but like, my guy, please, for the love of God, like, you're doing too much. Like, that's way too much, literally. Like, oh my God. But overall, how the movie experience was, it wasn't bad. You know what I mean? I'll say this: it's definitely not worth going to theaters to watch 100%. And it's like a movie you'll watch once on a streaming platform, and you'll have fun. You know what I mean? Like you'll have a good time. It won't be a waste of a movie, if that makes sense. But it won't be a movie that changes your life. It won't be like the best movie you see of the year. You know what I mean? It's not gonna like rearrange your fucking what's it called, your brain, whatever, to make you think, oh, like I learned the greatest lesson from this or this and that. Like, no, none of that's gonna happen. Like I said, you'll have a good time, you'll have a few laughs, you'll even cringe a little bit, and but overall, this movie was like exactly what you would expect. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like overrated, it's not underrated. It's just a completely okay movie that you'll watch and you'll have a good time. In all honesty, but overall, like if I had to give it a score out of 100, I'd give it a roughly 65. Like 65, honestly, because like I said, it does do really good at jokes, but it's just really hard to watch. And overall, it's not like super entertaining, I guess you could say. Like, it's not the most entertaining movie ever. Like, there's definitely better movies out there, but you'll have a good time. You know what I mean? You'll have a good time. And so yeah, this movie was really fucking weird, but I had a great time watching it. So yeah, take care.